Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to share our 5 tips in 5 minutes. I'm Melissa Roswell, and I have Allie Everhard with me here, and we are with the Women's Council of Entrepreneurs. We are a support and networking group for women entrepreneurs. We focus on education, inspiration, and connecting women so that we can help to promote our businesses. So we are excited that you joined us for our tips today.
Today we are here to do a 5 and 5, our 5 tips in 5 minutes. And today we have Marisol Graham, and she is going to be talking about social media metrics and ROI. So without further ado, Marisol, you can take it over and let us know these amazing tips you have for us.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on here. So what I did and what I was telling Mel and Allie just before they came on here is I had watched their holiday marketing video. And if you have a chance, go to the website and review it, because there's a lot of good tips in there. And one of the tips that the woman who was giving the discussion said was that in January, that's the best time to do your analytics. And so listening to her, I started thinking about my analytics, and I created a spreadsheet, and it's kind of like what we're discussing today. The first tip I have is that before running an ad and figuring out what return you want on your investment, you have to know your audience. And I've seen the other 5 and 5s, and I know that that's like key number one. Everybody always says, know your customer, know your audience. And I have to agree, you have to know your audience, their demographic, where they come from, what do they like, what movies do they watch, what music do they listen to. All of this plays into your advertising. And with that, it goes into tip number 2 on how to set up your ad on Instagram. Because if you do your ad on Instagram, it will ask you specifically that. What region do you want to target? What age group? Do you want to target women? Do you want to target men? Do you just want to target everyone? It'll ask you what interests do they have. I mean, it's going to ask you all of those questions. So you're going to need to kind of know that beforehand before you ever set up your ad. Once you set up your ad, you can always do it as a litmus test. And so sometimes I'll do a small ad for $18, see how it does. And if it does well, then I'll go bigger and I'll run it for a longer period of time and for more money. Only because I know that it did well already in the litmus test, and I'm more than likely I'm going to get more return on my investment towards the end of it. And you can do that. You can test things out. So on the spreadsheet, I even placed like what image I used in order with my analytics, so that I can know like what kind of imagery my audience tends to gravitate towards. And I've even had one where I did a very generic image, and trust me, it was low. It was low engagement. It was very low. And I was like, okay, I need more interesting pictures to sell my homewares and home decor and things like that. Once you've run your ad and you have all of your analytics, and some people don't know where to find them, where you're going to find them is right here where it says view insights. Right there, you're going to click on that, and then it's going to pull it up, and it's going to show you all of your insights. It'll even tell you the target, etc., things like that, how many views you had. And you're going to pull all of that information into your spreadsheet. And once you do that, tip number 4 is that you don't just go by that alone. You compare it to your website analytics. So if you have a website on the back end, every website, everything, Shopify, Wix, any e-commerce, all different kinds of websites on the back end, they have an analytics section. So during the time that you ran the ad, you would go in there and you would say, from this date to this date, I want to see my analytics. And you're going to compare it to your social media analytics. And what it'll tell you is that your social media tells you, oh, they clicked on your button, these many people did it at this time, etc. Your website's going to show you, not only did they click over on your website, they went here, they spent this much time here, they looked at this over here. And that gives me a snapshot of the type of product on my website that most people were interested in. And that helps me to target my next ad. And that goes into tip number 5, which is reviewing your return on investment, meaning that what was your goal for your ad that you wanted to do? Was your goal just to get people to go to your social media profile? If it was, then, absolutely just stay on your social media. Was your goal to, sell, like, well, for me, I love these little bread warmers. Like, I wanted to sell 10 bread warmers during that week. Did you make your goal? Create a goal beforehand, and then you're going to look at whether or not you got your return on the investment that you did for that ad. And then that's kind of my 5 and 5. And hopefully it helps. And hopefully it helps everyone else. I even told Mel and Allie that if they wanted, I would send them like the spreadsheet that you guys could probably download from the WCE website. To be able to use, like, in your own, on your own, and you can edit, etc., to whatever works for you guys. And thank you guys so much for having me. I love WCE. I love being a part of this group. I love that you guys share so much information, especially for business owners and business women as well, to kind of like help us get going. There's so much out there, and I know that all of the tutorials that you guys have, they're so easy to understand and so concise that that's one of the reasons why I love the group.
Well, thank you. And it's because of women like you that share what they're doing that we're able to share it with everyone else. So thank you. Thank you for all of your knowledge and trial and error to come up with these things as well. So yes, we'll definitely put the spreadsheet out there so you guys can get it. We'll link the holiday marketing webinar that we did a couple of months ago, so everybody has that. And then
we're also going to link Marisol's business so that you can see all the beautiful home decor. You mentioned it a little bit, and yes, the beautiful home decor that you have, and you're still in the painted tree, correct? Yep. So we'll link all of that information so that they can come and visit you. Thank you so much, Marisol. Seriously, these are amazing. I don't know if you noticed, I was jotting all the information down. It's so funny. We put all this information together, but everybody has so many different ways that they do things, and you just learn. Even though you think you know the topic, you learn something new each time. It's amazing.
Every time. Every time.
Right? Thank you again, and that's it for today. So we will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.